said one of your influences, Playboi Carti. How do you feel? And we don't have to give a review or anything, but what are some of your first impressions of the Playboi Carti album? And I know Adrian ain't here, but I want to hear really your opinion on this.
Yeah. So so when I first heard it, and for those who don't know, Adrian's my little brother. But yeah, it's so funny because I think Adrian played it first when it first came out, and I was like, he played it. And he was like skipping through all the songs, and he's like, "What the heck? Like, what is this?" And I was, "Yo, this shit kind of goes hard, bro. I want to fucking go crazy. Like, I want to go punk on this bitch. You feel me? Like." And I was like, he's like, "Oh, I don't know." And I'm over here like fucking yeah, like, because it was just like a new emotion, like it was different. Like, it wasn't like a normal trap album or like something. It was just like a new feeling, and that's the music I like. I just like shit that's like its own thing, doesn't try to be like to fit in a box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right up when I first heard it, I was like, okay, hold on, like, yeah, let me like, hold on, let me see what's up over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now that it's been out for some time, I really do fuck with a couple of the tracks on there for sure.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's been wanting to hear our fucking opinion on this, and I don't even want to give a full review until the deluxe comes out. But I remember getting a text from Adrian, and he was just like, I am so fucking disappointed in Playboi Carti.
Like, yeah, because I feel like a lot of people were expecting like the leaks and shit, like that type of vibe. Yep. And to be frank, I kind of wanted that too. But I like what he did here and like the creative direction he took with the whole aesthetic, with the vamp life, with the whole lot of red, the album cover, the Slayer, that type of vibe. Like, it really just went. So I fuck with it as a piece of art, and that's the thing. Art doesn't necessarily have to be liked or whatever. It has to just make you feel something, like when you hear that, you just feel like, what the fuck, it's not like anything that just plays and it just like passes on in the background. It's like, wait, what the fuck is this type of shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely was a little disappointed. I ain't gonna lie. I was definitely a little disappointed when I first heard it. And I, like Adrian to an extent, we were like, yo, this is gonna be, we knew, granted I have a lot of insiders and people that I listen to in blogs and stuff like that and stuff I listen to. I'm a big hub and I kind of listen and soak everything in like a sponge, for example. Yeah. And I could tell how the album was going. I know that Givenchy, he had some directive initiative from Givenchy and some Kanye West initiative as well. So I know he had redone the album probably 100 times. You know what I mean? And I knew,
especially if people keep leaking it.
Yeah, it's like the fan base is like, why is this album trash? Well, motherfucker, if you didn't fucking leak it 100 times, he could have dropped what you wanted. You know what I mean? But yeah. I get it. You know what I mean? And anyway, what I'm trying to say is I knew, but when he would drop on Instagram and stuff like that, I'd be like, okay, this is the type of direction the album is going in. It's not going in the leaks direction. And when the album dropped, was I disappointed? Yeah, a little bit. And was I shocked?
Well, why were you disappointed?
Because I wanted the leaks. I wanted the leaks.
The leaks are already out, baby. Go get them online.
I know. But I just, even if it wasn't just the leaks, I just wanted the sounds that were sounding like the leaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And more vibey, not as aggressive.
Yeah, and like
definitely super aggressive. Like, yeah.
It was crazy.
It's very punk.
Yeah, and like I when I was listening to it, I was like, at first I wasn't a big fan of it. Everyone hated on it, and don't get me wrong, it's not one of my top albums of all time. And I think he dropped a little too much music. 24 tracks is kind of a lot. But now sitting with it for a little bit of time, I understand what he was trying to do. Like, it had leaked too many times. He wanted to bring out some fresh music. He also wanted to put out this whole vamp punk rap type of vibe to it. He just wanted something a little different, and I respect that from him as an artist. You know what I mean? And out of the 24 tracks, I fuck with at least 12 or 13. So to me, that's a win. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that's all I could really ask for. It's out. It is what it is, and we get the deluxe on the way. So that's when I'm gonna drop my full review on that. But overall, I'm enjoying it right now, and You know, is do you
It's
feel
dope.
like he should have dropped less tracks and focused more on quality versus quantity?
Um, no, I think yeah, I think
Should he drop a 12 track album,
well,
all
think of
bangers?
Deluxe now is gonna have more, you
I mean,
know.
the deluxe, yeah, deluxe. I mean, if think about it, if he would have dropped 12 tracks and then dropped the deluxe, he would have had like maybe the 24 perfect golden nuggets that he needed. You know what I mean? But now he's dropped 24 plus the deluxe, and probably have at least another like 10 more songs out there. He's gonna have a huge project right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like maybe he should drop a little less and focus on the quality of it. You know what I mean? But he
So
probably would.
you feel like the quality wasn't there for all of it, is what you're
I
saying?
I feel like some songs were just a little.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, when I go to sleep, I dream about murder, and I'm like, damn, dude. I'm like, god damn, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yo, like, she, are you all right? You know what I mean? I get it. I get the artistic view, and it's not definitely not one of my favorite albums. It's
Mhm.
Adrian will sit here and tell you it's not better than self-titled. You know what I mean? It's not better than the first project. It ain't better than the leaks. If I don't get
But
the
the
deluxe,
first project was just a vibe, though.
but
You know,
but
that was
look,
just like it was different because he didn't have anything to prove. I mean, like he didn't have to keep up with some shit that he did in the past and make it like better than what it was. He was just vibing, and that's what made it so great, right? Like when you listen to Playboi Carti album, like the actual album,
Mhm.
it's just smooth. Like the bars, there's no like the bars are super light. You know, like there's no real deep shit. They're like it's fun. It's like just throw it on, have fun, just vibe out, just you know, let's dance a little bit, you know, like, and
Mhm.
that's what the vibe is, right? It's not like he's not like a super lyrical rapper. Like a lot of people, like you have like Dave East type vibes, and like you know that more New York um, bar for bar type vibe, right?
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, no, I feel like Whole Lot of Red though, like to take that vibe and then really dial it into like a certain tone. You know what I mean? Like take that same ideology, but now just give it like a theme.
Mhm.
That's kind of how I feel about it. You
Yeah,
know?
I love it. You know, he got the whole slasher type of approach. Like that's so ideologic and like the it's an icon in a sense. It's a symbol in a sense. And I see where he was going for, and I could just see why there's so much hate against it. And I can like if you were to tell me I love the album, I like it, it's in a good direction, and tell me all these things about it being a symbol and the slasher, I'd be like I respect that opinion and I understand that. But if you were to tell me I think this album is trash and I hate it, I understand that side too. You know what I mean? I hope with the deluxe
Yeah.
he can kind of help both sides out and make you want to. And it doesn't matter what kind of Playboi Carti fan you are, you'll like something out of it, take something out of it. You know what I mean? Kind of
Yeah.
what Uzi did with Eternal Take, because we're not gonna sit here and say that Eternal Take, the bass version, was good. It was fucking trash, and the only thing good about it was the deluxe. And I don't give a fuck, and I will say that
I
out
like the
loud.
deluxe version way better, to be honest. But
You
for Lil
got
Uzi,
your Sersky on there. You got Myron. You got Bean with like
it just
Chief Keef.
felt. You know what it felt more? It felt like he wasn't trying to make an album as much. It was more like, yo, just let the vibes come, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what I mean. Like, yo, just being genuine and just let the vibe come. And a lot of those records that were added on was that.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell it was more. Let's just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And I hope Cardi does the same exact thing with his deluxe, and it's fire. But boy, he better drop that soon. He better drop it soon because he better
You're being
drop
super critical with Cardi.
he better drop it soon, the deluxe soon, because we got Drake around the corner, and
Ooh.
I don't think Cardi
Yo,
wants.
I'm so hyped for that album.
I don't think Cardi wants to drop around Drake. I think he wants to have his time, have his few weeks of good sales, because when Drake drop, about to be crazy. Now, what's your opinion on Drake? And a lot of people I ask this question because a lot of people love him, hate him, or, kind of down the middle. I
I
feel like
think
more people love or hate him.
Drake is one of the best artists of all time.
Oh yeah.
Undeniable. I mean, you can't, numbers don't lie. You know?
He's like wine. He just gets better with time.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the thing about Drake though is that he's really good at taking, not necessarily taking, but when I say taking, I mean like taking, like stealing, because I know he's been accused of like stealing other people's flow and this and that. But he's really good at like bringing sounds together, you know, like different types of genres together.
Mm-hmm. You think about that, and I want to remind you to take a drink of your drink as well too. I'll make sure you're refreshed. Um, but also, we get it. Drake is he can be somewhat of a culture vulture in a sense, and it's okay to say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got this ghostwriting allegations and everything, and for people, you understand because you're an artist, but to some people on the outside that don't understand what it means to make music and the creative process and everything, it's different. You know what I mean? You know, your creative process as an artist is gonna change over time, especially as you grow and you add more to your team and you have a bigger, like, more of a budget and everything. You're even just you in general, your shit will change over time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I remember when Drake was dropping, like, his first two mixtapes and then an album, and I'm like, where was the ghostwriting allegations then? You know what I mean? Now you want to put a dent in his armor when he's 6 albums deep and he's mass successful. You know what I mean? And like try to discredit him. You know what I mean? That's like someone discrediting you after this conversation, and you 6 albums deep and we 5 years in the future, and someone's like, well, you know what? Bridal don't write his own shit.
That's
Man,
rude.
how fucking mad would you be? You know what I mean?
Who?
How fucking.
Then who writes my shit then?
Hey, you know what? You be like, you know what? We fuck this shit. We drop them back to back. You know what I mean?
No, I'm really big. Like I'm all for like, what the record needs, right? Like I feel like as a creator, as a producer first, right? Like that's the first thing I think about. Like, what does a record need? You know, and just not get in the way of that to let the record be the best that it can be. So like if I have, if I come up with a block or something and like I wanted somebody to help me out with it, like I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's different because when people say ghostwriters, they feel like it's like they wrote the whole song, he just like went in and like sang it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which I feel like is probably not the case. Like he definitely had a lot to do with what was actually said on the record, not just go in and just spit what somebody else said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's exactly what happened. You had Quentin Miller, all these people coming in, blah blah blah, and it's not like that. As you know, as a creative, you might have a hook or something like that. Someone writes for you, but it's all about how you say it and how you bring it in and how you bring it to light and everything and how you make of it. I mean, Quentin, they didn't, or anyone in just general, they didn't write him the whole song. He's not an R&B, guy where he's literally like Beyonce or Rihanna taking a whole song from someone else and everything. You know what I mean? But it's different. He's doing it himself, and he's having help along the way. We're not denying that, but I'm saying, like, to sit here and just discredit him for everything he's done is crazy. And that's what I'm saying for you, as you get older and as you become more successful and as you become bigger as an artist, just be aware of these type of things, and I'm pretty sure you are. You know what I mean? So I guess some of my final questions would be, this is kind of this is a personal question. You know what I mean? What's your take on Lil Baby?
Hello, baby.
And
I
before
wasn't
you
expecting the question.
before you kind of like answer this question, it's a personal question. You know what I mean? It's really, I don't give a fuck about what really anyone else thinks about this, but Lil Baby, in my opinion, is Artist of the Year for 2020. You know what I mean? And do you listen? The question: do you listen to Lil Baby and Lil Baby records, anything like that? You listen to Lil Baby?
Yeah, Lil Baby goes hard.
How do you feel about Lil Baby getting snubbed from Meg Thee Stallion for Artist of the Year? How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I feel like award shows it's just somebody's take on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because what's my favorite song might not be somebody else, the next person's favorite song. Mm-hmm. So I feel like getting caught up with like, oh, who won best artist, this, that, or this I think is more how many people did you affect at the end of the day? How many lives did you touch? How many souls did you connect with? I feel like that's more important than like getting snubbed by somebody. You know what I mean? But nah, Lil Baby goes hard, bro. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
I love Meg Thee. I love and man, hold on. Don't
I'm trying to
even
be
get.
polite and shit, but like honestly, I don't know how that happened.
He's like, man, fuck Meg Thee Stallion, man, for some bullshit. You know what I mean? But like, honestly, I love Meg Thee Stallion. She's a hard worker, independent woman everywhere.
She's also bad. She's pretty bad.
She's bad as fuck. I honestly mad respects to her and everything. I get it.
Right.
But Lil Baby, just another animal, and I feel kind of disrespected. You know what I mean? But overall, and yo, shout outs to Gunna as well too. Shout out to YSL.
Yo, Gunna's one of my favorite artists. Yo,
yeah, yo, shout out Gunna,
artist.
man.
I love Gunna.
You know what I mean? Son came out like, come on, man. The Gunna won a fucking deluxe. Like, man, god damn.
That was fire. That was fire.
You know what I mean? So shout out to them, YSL, Young Thug, and everybody. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
But overall, that's why I just wanted to hear your opinion on that. I'm glad I'm not crazy.
Honestly, like I said, like award shows, like I get it, but at the end of the day, real knows real, real relate.
Yeah, exactly. Real relate. Double R on the back, you know what I mean?
So for him to not get that award, like okay, but we all know who really should have had it. It's like Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. Like, that.
Yeah, that was Kanye. He's like, yo, I'm gonna let Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the, and it was true. He ain't speaking lies. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. You know
what I mean?
So I feel like not letting that be like the final determining factor if a winner and a champion, like why that's one thing with award shows. Why can't everybody win? Because everybody's changing people's lives, putting out their dope sounds and this and that, right? So why does it have to be like,
because it's a capitalist society, probably.
Yeah.
It's a capitalist
now we're getting into like a deeper issue here.
No. I guess